Hello, Raiders. We will be starting soon. Just have to get everyone situated and ready, and then we will be going. But hello, I do hope that you had fun with Miri, and I hope that you continue having fun. Remember, this is a horror campaign, so be aware of the contents that may be within. Be there soon.
But
All right,
I got so much.
you are audible, so keep it TOS, you perverts.
streaming.
Depraved interest number 1. Depraved interest number 2.
Bendy likes muscle girls.
I do. It's true.
Hello everyone, welcome to A Bump in the Night, a fake core horror campaign. Be aware, there may be content that is unsavory to some.
May contain content inappropriate for children.
You
Like
can check
vicious
the...
violence.
You can warn people by typing !CW. Anyway, we are joined by the 2 players. We're gonna start with Miri this time on the introductions. Who are you? Who is your character?
I am Miri Ari Iranitas. I am a streamer and a variety streamer, and I actually rated over here because I am a part of the little group, and I play Ikaros, who is a sort of a anachronistic knight who has found herself supporting the monster hunting organization and wrangling a thug, as it were.
Excellent,
With a heart of
excellent.
gold.
Speaking of thug with a heart of gold, Bendy, could you introduce yourself and your thug?
Hi, I'm Bendy. I'm some guy. I go to school and I don't have a lot of time. I play a gentleman named Florence. He's a bit of a scoundrel who has been on the lam and has been caught by the law. And for penance, he is hunting dangerous monsters, and maybe he's gonna see if he can make a better life for himself and whatnot. And also show his partner a thing or two about how to swing a hammer.
The joke being that Florence repeatedly failed to swing a hammer. Anyway.
This is not true.
What I need
Pays
to
fake coins.
repeat is a stationary object.
Well, you know, hey, he didn't.
To be fair, he was being pressured.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to get that hammer up when you're pressured, you know?
Listen, the night girl was not capable of instantly slaying the monster, so I was stressed and it's her fault.
And
You
I
had a
will
big
be
deadly weapon.
and I will be your game master, Erasma the Harpy. As always, content warning, A Bump in the Night is a horror campaign. Thusly, you may come across content such as depictions of extreme violence, gore, trauma, etc. So please watch with discretion, yes. If you don't like it,
Awesome.
I recommend not watching.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised. Warning, you may see terrors beyond mortal comprehension,
Terrors well within mortal comprehension.
and terrors on the edge of mortal comprehension.
I don't get it. Walks past cosmic horror, doesn't understand the danger.
It's whatever.
I mean, that's how you defeat cosmic horrors, is you just be not aware of them. That's the
Be
secret.
not afraid.
Not afraid, just not aware of them. Don't gain that terrible insight. Normally we would have Miri streaming as a player view, but she has opted to raid today, so that will be up to her as whether or not which of those she's going to do at any given point.
Yeet.
She's a strong, independent elf who can do what she wants.
I will decide based upon many factors and metrics and other bullshit that I'm making up on the spot.
If she
Oh, you're a
feels like
factor
putting on
header.
streamer persona, that's going to be the metric.
Yeah, it's mostly I am a little tired this week, so
So you just want to be a player and also you have a dirty mouth.
excuse
What?
me.
I know how you act when you are not the one streaming, madam.
Nah,
We're gonna have to wash your mouth out with soap.
nah.
Mm.
Look at
All right.
me. I am far more trustworthy than Bendy. I am adorable.
Neither of y'all are
disagree.
trustworthy. Pats you, Bendy.
I am the most. Hi, Aries.
Hi,
You're a
Bendy.
lizard, Bendy.
All right.
Hmm.
Do you two have drinks, food, anything you might need for this foreseeable next 2 hours?
Yes. I'm a
Does-
thing haver.
Does anyone need to go to the bathroom? Congrats on having your thing with you.
I took it to mean that those were attached, but like, good on you.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
usually
with
like to keep
scissors,
close eye.
with golden garden shears, anything is possible.
Snip, snip.
What's I don't. Nothing is impossible with imagination. All right,
Uh-huh.
so you guys are goobs.
We all good? Good? Good.
Yes.
Good. So,
Goody tooty, Rudy booty.
as a quick recap of last session for everybody involved, you two had recently found a hidden basement in the house of the person that you were searching for. The hidden basement included a lot of body parts, some of them human, some of them not, in various states of decay. And while exploring said basement, Florence here decided to traumatize an old lady who went poking around being a little nosy.
It's her fault.
You got a bit of information, and you got another name for someone to search for.
He slams her against the wall. Where's Joker?
I'm old.
I'm sorry, Aries. Pat.
Following
It's
that,
terrible.
Florence went to go searching for leads on this name, while Icaros went to the library to look up what they might be against, finding some information that may or may not be useful. Meanwhile, Florence, upon finding an old flare, one Annaline Ambrosia, last name redacted, he asked her about some information while she was on the job. That job being, you know, you can guess. Anyway, she said she'd get some info by that evening, I believe, and they both met back up. And that's about where we ended it. It was an investigative and social session. Oh, also, Florence pissed off a tavern owner.
Yeah.
Well, he's a dick. Shouldn't have been an asshole. I'd do it again too.
I'll
Yes,
do it again.
he was the aggressor in the situation. Anyway,
Like the old woman. Yeah. she
We
had it
cut-
coming.
we cut in on both of you re-arriving in the early afternoon at one Dr. Arneff's house.
Nuts, nuts, nuts. Aries.
Yes.
So one thing that I forgot to ask as part of the session, I suppose, we did determine a few things about the possible target that we're going for here. Did any of those books contain information about a Wendigo's favored prey? Like, do they have a particular one that they go after? Is there like preferred brand? We'll say.
If so, part of one of the recounts of someone hunting a Wendigo you found was that they had attempted to trap or to lure the Wendigo with various game meats, so deer, etc. And
Okay.
And it
It
didn't
only-
work until they used human blood.
it only arrived after they added human blood to the mix.
Nuts, nuts, nuts. Okay.
Anyway, Icaros was waiting at the house as I believe she finished first. And then Florence arrived after with information regarding the information hunt.
All right.
So,
Go forth, roleplay, be players.
What did you happen to find out, Mr. Thug?
hey, listen, lady.
Yeah,
Militia. Is that what you are?
close enough.
He's-
She seems completely nonplussed.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, listen. I have learned that one of the patients, Tin Pot's husband, is a bit of a loose willy, and I might be able to meet with him later tonight, possibly, depending on how he's feeling, and maybe we can figure out if we can find her and then see what happened. Maybe she knows something. He leans against the wall because he's cool.
Well, that seems to be a decent lead to try and track down. Though I'm not sure, given that he seemed to be devolving on his last message, whether or not he would remain within the city or town for very long. From the information that I was able to gather from the library, it seems more likely he would have retreated to somewhere outside the city, perhaps a nearby forest or something like that, in order to make a den. Especially since he abandoned so much meat in his former home.
Well, then what hope do we possibly have of finding him?
Well, it's a predator, and according to these bits of information I was able to bring up, silver and salt and things should be fairly useless, but it can be killed with a shot or a strike to the heart. Fire seems to work fairly well against it, and while it doesn't seem to care too awful much about conventional traps or conventional bait that you might use for a predator, it does seem to react rather strongly to human blood.
Okay, so do we paint human blood on trees across the countryside, or like do we have any clues?
We would need to try and find its den, or use ourselves as bait to try and draw it out.
Where do you think it would be then?
If it is indeed a Wendigo, perhaps some bit of the original person remains within it. Maybe they would choose a place that is familiar to them to set up a den or something along those lines. We can see if we might be able to determine something like that from your leads.
Did they hold grudges?
Miri is such a smart player.
Didn't go into too awful much detail along those measures.
Hmm. Grudges are a lot easier to track down, trust me.
They tend to be.
Oh. Does it stink in here? I'm Bendy. Hold on one sec.
We're still outside the house, so.
And also,
Alright.
whenever you two feel that you have shared the information needed, etc., we can do a skip to the evening.
Boop.
Yeah. I'm Bendy. And,
You're Bendy, but do you want to
And
skip
he's
to the
Stumpy.
evening?
what do you think, Corey?
It'll likely only hunt an evening. So. We could possibly split up again, though that would be ill advised, given that the creature does seem to share some comparable strengths.
You also have a meeting set in the evening.
Oh. I would
For instance-
feel better if we.
Go ahead.
I would feel better if we at least knew where to set a trap, or ambush, I suppose. I don't know. I feel like the people most likely to have seen him lately must have noticed something. Maybe they maybe he was still trying to put up a front and he gave them some excuse that could be a lead, about where he is.
We may also try checking the nearest gate and the guards that would have been on duty on the day that he left, or around those days. Maybe they remember seeing a particularly, probably rather frazzled character leaving.
Have you seen any demons come through this gate recently?
Yeah, he had big old long arms. He eat people. You see nothing like that?
Well, I think I'm probably just gonna loiter outside, and I think because
Don't you have a meeting with someone, Florence?
later, yes, but I'm sure that place is going to be extremely haunted in the next coming nights. But yes, all right, time skip, Mindy.
Miri, you good with that, or do you have anything else you want to do that requires in-depth roleplay?
Nothing in depth, no.
Alright. Then we will time skip. Is there anything in particular you do during these next few hours?
Drink. No, I'm just kidding.
Other than
Am
just
I
keep
allowed-
watch over the home.
Am I allowed to commit one petty crime to get some gold?
You
Like-
can attempt
like
to.
kind
You can certainly try.
just like open someone's window, reaches in and steals something off the counter and walks away like he didn't do nothing.
Just an apple.
Do you wish to try this?
No, that would be ridiculous. She's watching.
I am watching.
She'd snitch.
Darn goody little two shoes.
Waves halberd.
Imagine put something of value in front of him and we'll see.
Okay, make a roll for something valuable.
Oh no.
Wait, like he's just standing around on the street, right?
Yeah, sure.
A pompous noble teeters on fat rolls as he skitters down the street. Oh, I'm so vulnerable and rich. Oh.
Alright. I'm gonna take a mundane roll here. And you got +1. Florence, while you're waiting, you notice someone leave a pie unattended on a windowsill. I think that.
Florence
If you,
just kind
if you get caught for some Tom and Jerry bullshit, I'm not bailing you out.
Florence just walks over there. He doesn't, and he's real smooth about it. He just walks up like it was his all along and just picks it up. It's just...
All right. Make a roll for that. Use whatever skill you feel is appropriate.
I
I'm
need
in,
3 fate tokens, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I'm
sorry.
invoking our Thug with
First,
a heart of gold.
first, what skill are you using?
My skills. What is this? Who put that there? Alright, it's gonna. That's definitely gonna be. That's definitely gonna be. Could I be notice or deceive?
I can't help him. I'm not allowed. I can't
We
say
can
nothing.
we can do
Why not?
deceive.
Alright, and then. Thank you. Okay,
Mhm.
so can here I can just roll first, right?
Well, you
Without
have to
worrying
select a
about.
skill at least.
Okay, I select deceive,
All
and then
right.
I would like. Can I invoke Thug with a heart of gold so I can secure this victory over this pie?
You can.
Use his fate coin to steal pie.
I'm gonna say that petty theft and this method of theft is not under Thug with a Heart of Gold.
Oh my god, I hate it. Okay. Or
Because
Aries.
Thug would be more like mugging someone as opposed to deftly stealing something.
GM is bullying me. I'm gonna post this to Reddit. Alright, here we go.
Dollar says this is a pie. Maybe that little old lady that you mugged too.
Oh, bro, let's go, let's go, let's
Plus
go.
2, that's
That's 3.
enough. You steal that pie and no one seems to believe that you are in fact doing anything wrong. At the very least, they don't notice.
Wee
That's all that
woo,
matters.
wee woo, wee woo.
Icaros,
Florence just goes back inside, doesn't say anything.
Icaros, you see Florence just walk over to this windowsill, grab a pie nonchalantly, and then walk back. And then a few seconds later, you see someone like look out the window, look around. Where'd my pie go? I just put it right here. Ah, dang it.
Ikoro. When those words float over the intervening space, you can see her head slowly turn towards Florence.
He just goes inside. Hit the pine, sits down, and looks for,
Bendy, you giggly little shit, come on.
and he just starts eating.
Reminder, this is a horror campaign.
Horrible for them, maybe. Alright. I feel like I should get like a bonus for eating this delicious
A pie bonus?
Yeah.
Is that what you're after? A pie bonus?
You
A
are
feed pie bonus?
you are fed. That is your bonus.
Yay.
Whereas Elf is getting a little peckish.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
fine.
Do you partake in the pie?
Do
The
you partake in
ill-gotten
the
pie.
Do you partake in the pie? I'm good. You know what? I'm fine.
All right, Florence, you eat your pie. It's a savory pie, so it's filled
Yummy.
with gravy and what were dried meats, but have been rehydrated, and they are acceptably delicious, and a few vegetables. This person was
Yummy.
not the best of pie makers, but they were definitely decent at making pies.
He kind of scowls at the pie, and he was like, oh, "They deserved it."
Just eating it with his hands. All right, time passes. Florence has done crime and reduced Icaros's reputation.
Yeah, it's just his reputation can't go any lower, so by proxy, she's like, pew.
The sun is setting, and Florence, you were told to meet Ambrosia at her usual hangout spot just after sunset. So it's about time for you to get going. The important question,
Okay.
are you taking Icaros with you?
Hey, Icarus.
Yeah.
You want to come talk to this this person who knows things about one of our doctor's clients?
I see no reason why not. She glances up and down the street that has remained in this relatively same state the entire time. Yeah,
Pilus.
I think it'll be all right.
All right. Well, follow me.
She
And
does so.
then he keeps saying, all right,
Ma-
yep, and then there they go.
Matcha, stop being a disgusting gamer. Sorry.
He's doing it for Destiny cred. I know he is. It's RuneScape cred, Destiny cred, or Final Fantasy 14 cred. Which one is it, Matcha?
It's
You
a Final
degenerate.
Fantasy. It's a Final Fantasy 14 pet that looks stupid.
Jail.
Think Dumbo, but Final Fantasy.
Oh God, why would you do this? Why? I had so much respect for you, Matcha.
No, you
That's
didn't.
a lie. I didn't, but
The moment that I outed him as my brother, I know you lost all respect for him.
It's a mount called the Mountain Zoo. That's a stupid name. It is a stupid name, and you should feel bad about wanting it.
They
So-
could have made it a cat and called it Mountain Mew.
That's pretty
So-
good, actually.
You start walking through the streets, and Florence leads you there without much issue. It's a place he knows very, very well, Florence, and you end up at a lamppost by one of the rivers that go through this city. It is a very particular lamppost. Florence knows it by a little mark shown on the side that indicates the type of person that works here, for those in the know. And there is no one here yet, but the streets are steadily quieting down. The traffic is slowly fading.
Like one of those little thief marks, except it's for ass.
Hey, Icarus, don't stand directly in the light. You'll scare people away. You look like a cop. Or I'm sorry, a
You
constable.
look like a cop. I mean, all things considered, probably, yeah. Icarus
You look like a
glances
knightsman.
Icarus glances around for a possibly inconspicuous corner to just sort of,
Yeah, hide in the shadows. That's less suspicious.
There
what
are
do you want from me?
there are plenty of alleyways with beggars about.
She
You get
glances at
harassed
them.
by beggars.
She glances at them, looks at Florence. Says, I'm just gonna stay here,
Okay, fine.
fading out of the alleyway. Whenever they come to meet you, will probably look considerably more.
Just give him some change. Mm,
Oh, that's not a pile of trash.
Fine.
That's a person. Holy crap!
Wow.
Change.
Wow, Icarus.
Spare
Wow,
change.
It's dark.
Please put a coin. I haven't eaten
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
Weren't you a soldier? Didn't he kill people for money? What are you doing? Just give him some change. Alright, listen. She's coming out. Alright? And what I want you to not do is act like a knightsman. Alright? Otherwise, she's gonna leave.
Icarus
And
reaches up and takes her helmet off. It's the best I can do.
yeah, well, fine. Listen, she's pretty cool. Alright, so yeah, we'll just wait here for a second. Keep an eye out for the Windigoon.
Icarus also reaches in her breastplate and pulls out 5 silver and puts it into the nearest beggar's hand.
He tips his head to you. Thank you, good madam.
I wish you luck. And she waits.
And, it doesn't take too long. A few minutes, maybe. And Florence, you see her
Hey.
walking down one of the streets towards you. Today's dress is a verdant green with tassels hanging about, and her usual wide-brimmed hat and her quarter cloak.
Gosh, he says under his breath like a boy.
Icarus replaces her helmet with a bobby hat and a billy club.
Oh, there's gonna be no scary atmosphere in this entire campaign, is there?
We're both very hey, we behaved when we went down into the basement. It was real spooky.
Uh,
And the situation in the graveyard was spooky. It's just in the interim it might take a little bit more effort to build it up, you know?
she sees your bobby hat, immediately dives into the river.
Leaps in after.
No, my waifu.
You sink.
Hey, I'm gonna grab her and sink down with me. The law is heavy.
So she's walking toward you. Florence kind of just like stares off into the distance. You can actively see his jaw slowly falling.
He gathers his composure and steps forward, and he says, "Ambrosia." But what does he say after that?
Florence.
Hi. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're the player.
It's just immediate. Ambrosia. Florence. Hi.
Hey, pretty girl.
So, where did you find out?
Well, I asked around the others, and it seems that Miss Tinpot's husband is a client tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you know the rules about interrupting business.
Well, I can't afford to pay just to join in to talk to him. He looks back to Icaros, shakes his head.
It'll cost you
All
quite
right,
the
well,
favor if you do it without pay.
How about you just... Crap, I don't want to listen to that. He actually thinks for a second. Well, I need to talk to him, and I don't want to scare him off. But
The usual favor, then.
how about we'll just wait around your usual spot, and we'll catch him on the way home. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where he lives. Waiting till after is still bad business. Most people don't like to be ambushed after, a good evening.
He kind of cracks a grin. He says, "All right, what kind of favor are you looking for?"
So, this is important for you, Florence, because you have worked under the group that I gave you a card before. And you know that there are small favors, regular favors, and big favors. And it's sort of a currency in that you are very, very much obligated to return a favor, right? And
Right.
even not returning a small favor can accrue a hefty price, we'll say, right? And
Yes.
Ambrosia says, "Oh, I think it'll just be a normal favor,
He scratches his chin. I guess you don't get your hats by paying fair with your prices. Fine. I'll do you a normal favor. But don't take too long figuring out what it is. If you know what I mean. I'm on the clock.
Oh, that'll be up to her, not me, Florence."
I'd prefer to do you a favor. But if
Oh,
that's what it
I
takes.
know you would, but that's not how this works. She
Right.
starts walking off, but as she passes you, she does slip you a little piece of parchment with an address written in nice burgundy lettering.
And pray tell, if you don't mind, pray tell. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What perhaps would one say that? Man, oh wait, I could just write this down. Tin pot address Git has. Gotcha.
There you go. That works. That's
Stop writing like a Steven. Quit it. Rip off Florence's mask. It's just
three Skaven in a meat suit.
claw.
Tin pot address. Get has.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eh.
Information
I
steal. Yes.
It would
You
be so
stupid
fun
Tin
to.
Man McBomb.
It would be so fun to play an actual character that is just 3 Ratmen in a coat. And
You missed your opportunity here.
they demand like the Ratmen demand that everyone acts as if they believe the ruse, or else they just won't cooperate. Like in the middle of dire straits, they'll stand there and actually get in an argument. It's like, not Ratman, human men.
So you have the
I'm gonna put
address.
that on the nightmare. We have the address. And then we're gonna look at Icarus, and he just looks. Oh wait, Icarus, come here for a second. What's this
Icarus is
say?
leaning. Icarus is leaning on her halberd and nods when he reaches the conclusion she was expecting. She holds out her hand and grabs the piece of paper to read it.
You are useful.
Yeah, you can read the address. I'm not going to give you a specific address because you're not likely to go there again under most circumstances.
Fair enough.
My immersion.
She recites the address to Florence.
Yay! Okay, address has got now, and we're gonna make sure we're gonna see about that, Ares. It depends on how you describe his home. All right.
I mean, I can give you a description of the area it's in.
Well,
I think
yeah,
Florence is implying he may steal from them.
I know.
Hey, you needed some more armor, right? I have this
No.
crazy idea.
So
We'll-
Florence,
We'll go buy some pantyhose and stick them over our heads.
I'm gonna give you a little bit of lore
yes.
here.
Yes, ma'am.
Unless it is a high-class customer, they don't generally do house calls. They instead work out of particular houses that have been pre-acquired for such an act. Usually left vacant
Oh,
and then used during service.
indeed. Allegorical.
A hoe house.
No,
Okay.
because it's not, you don't go there for them. You get taken there after you have paid.
So Florence looks at Icarus, and he just says, "So, I would feel more comfortable if we loitered around his house and talked to him before he went inside. I'm sure it'd be a bit of a shock to him, but I think if we really use our authority, we can probably get him to just just talk to us. What do you think?
More than likely, yes. However, she holds
Especially
up a
if,
piece of paper.
yeah.
Aries, was this for Tim Pot's home or for that interim house?
That would be the interim house.
So we would need to speak
Oh.
with him, she says, and then likely speak with the missus, since she was the one that was treated by our dear doctor.
He scratches his chin. That's interesting leverage, If he just takes us to talk to her willingly, we'll just talk about the doctor. But if we have to find her, we might talk about more things.
Your specialty,
You know.
not mine.
Oh, come on. It's a stratagem. Don't you fighty people do that kind of thing?
Stratagem's kind of a big
Generally.
word for Florence.
He did.
Aries.
He did read his book a little bit. Remember, he could have
Mm-mm.
he could have picked that up
Yeah.
somewhere.
Hating
Can't
on my
read.
poor Florence. He has a heart of gold. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But so we're going to harass this man that we don't even know. Excellent. I love it. Is that what we're gonna do, by the way? Are we gonna get him to come meet the missus and we can talk to her?
What we want to do is we want to get information from him, find out where his wife would be at this moment, speak with her, and see if she knows anything about the doctor's whereabouts or anything the doctor may have mentioned per his last treatment.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Awesome.
She nods
And that's what
slowly.
we'll do. Yes. So are we going to once more advance into the night and loiter our own way down to said address? Because and I guess this is Florence talking. So the idea is that we wait for him to come out, right?
She inclines her head, but doesn't. But hesitates a moment. Again, that's your specialty. It seems that the folks that you're dealing with here have their own rules. If you want, I'm
He-
sure I could break the door down and talk to him that way, but I get the feeling that that would cause more problems for you than it would for me.
He smiles. He says, "No, actually, it would cause you a whole mess of problems." And I hate to break it to you, baby girl, but you do something silly like that, I can't stand behind you. But
She puts her helmet
I
back
already
on
know
but
you're
doesn't
not.
respond.
Listen, we'll we'll wait for him to come out. He won't be liable to actually get claw back his refund, and I won't piss her off. And then we'll talk to him. We'll show him our badge. We'll throw up a bit of a show. We'll make it a point that we're only caring about the good doctor, in that if he just helps us find his wife in a timely manner, then we won't have to talk about how we met him. Sound good? And I understand this isn't your forte, but I am gonna need your help probably.
Absolutely. I'll aid you as I am able to. But what I'm saying is I believe you should take the lead, correct?
Sure. I can read it between the lines a little bit. Let's go. And then off they go. Yeah.
I
She
guess
follows
so.
Florence.
So, Florence, this is one of the areas you've done business before. It's on the lower end of town, but not super, super seedy and horrible. And you find a very unobtrusive looking house. Candles are lit, peeking through the lights, peeking through the shutters of the windows. Somebody's definitely in there. Especially from the sounds that you can hear occasionally.
I'm aware of.
So, is this a building that would have like a lobby downstairs where people would be expected to kind of just enter and linger?
No,
Or
this is a regular house. So how this works for these particular workers is they go out and advertise on their own about the city, and when they find a customer, payment is accepted either from them or a customer will go to a central place to pay, and then they go to a separate house that is like rented out for the purpose.
okay. So, across the road from the house, Florence just kind of stops, turns to face Icarus. He says, "This is a spot. Um, most people are gonna like not want to draw attention to themselves, keep their head down. They won't pay much attention to us. Just don't stare at people, okay? And we'll probably know we'll probably know it's our man whenever we see Ambrosia and him soon after. I doubt they'll enter the house together, but they might. Um,
From
and
what
then once we
Ambrosia
spot our guy,
said, this wasn't going to be her client, if I recall.
oh, shit.
But
Well-
she knows this is where he's going to be.
Well, unless he's into group stuff, I'm sure we'll know our man when he enters the house. And
Sounds
Alright.
as if he may already be in there.
Florence Grimes, he, he's like, oh my god, I'm glad you're here. Okay, well, fine. We'll know our guy when he comes out of the house.
I can't make that
Sheesh.
joke on Twitch.
She shakes her head for a moment, says, "Fair enough. Do what you need to do. I will remain here and watch the front." You can see her step a little bit away from the, I suppose, the central part of the street and/or sidewalk, lean against a convenient post, and sort of just settle down in her armor, like she's using it halfway to prop herself up and get comfortable.
She's turtling, got it.
Yep. I've got a Nintendo Switch and shit in here.
You see Icaros's arms and legs just fold into her breastplate, and just the helmet like slides halfway into it as well. And then you hear the opening of Animal Crossing.
It's a good one.
It doesn't take long. Maybe
Figures.
10 minutes, and the noises stop. Another 5, and a rather disheveled, middle-aged man kind of opens the door, peeks out, looks around, and then sheepishly shuffles his way out, and then is very clearly trying to look natural. Trying. You know, he puffs out
Can
his
you
chest and
please
starts
have a piece
walking
of toilet?
overly normal.
Can you please have a? Can you please have some toilet paper stuck to his shoe?
No. There are stains on his clothing,
Okay,
though.
fine. Oh, great, lovely. Just don't touch him. No grappling. Florence just kind of gestures down to Icarus, hey, to get her attention, and he sets off after the man. Not, I mean, you know, in that way that if a man began following you in such a way that you would suddenly feel kind of alarmed and afraid. Does that make any sense?
Speaking of,
he's not.
once you move to follow him, he does seem to like glance at you and then pick up the pace.
And Florence just can I I hate to ask. Does their like hunting organization, what is their name again? Like their specific name? Because I forget. I'm sorry.
The
Hunters
Hunters.
of the Cathedral of the Light.
That if you're being
Okay, just
extremely
the Hunters.
proper.
Okay.
But yeah, you just the Hunters. You can be
Alright,
a
so
hunter,
Florence-
but you can be a hunter, you know?
Yeah.
Big H versus small H.
So Florence keeps up the pace behind him, and he speaks up and he says, "Hey, or not, I need to use better vernacular. Hey, buddy, it's
He
the
books it.
Hunters. I need to talk to you real quick."
He books it the moment you
He
say
books
hey.
it. Florence fuck it. Florence is after him. Florence don't give a fuck. He's after him. He's on his tail.
Icaros clears her throat. "Stop! We are hunters of the Cathedral of the Light, and we have a few questions for you, sir."
Roll intimidation.
All right.
We'll roll
Terrifying
intimidation,
presence.
and then we will get to you, Bendy.
All right. Think you won't run from Florence, please.
Basic intimidation. 6.
I think.
So you see this man who had gone into a loping run, just hear that, and all of a sudden dig his heels into the cobblestone roads to stop immediately. And like even from your short distance away, you can see this dude is trembling, and he slowly turns, and he has completely blanched white. He's pale. His lip is quivering.
Icaros,
Yes.
Icaros calmly closes the distance in between them and says, "Identify yourself."
My name is I forgot my name. Oh God! Don't kill me.
Remember, remember, she says
uh,
flatly.
Daryl Timpot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt me. I hadn't done nothing wrong.
Looks like this is your man, Florence.
Oh God.
Should Florence rolls his eyes a little bit. He's like, "Listen," and he pulls out. He reaches into his
Oh Lord, you
little
forgive me.
trousers. he
I ain't done
he pulls
nothing.
out.
Calm down. If we were aiming to take
He's,
care of you, we would have done it before you even saw us.
Oh
We need to ask you
gosh,
a
you're
few
gonna threaten my
questions.
family.
so Florence pulls out his little badge thing. I forget, pendant, lapel. Yeah,
It's a pin. It's a
and
pin.
it's a pin. He pulls out his pen and shows it to him. He says, listen to me. Just calm down.
I'm
I
no
don't give a
monster,
shit.
I swear.
We're gonna torture you.
At this,
No, I did. I don't. No, I'm not
Listen.
actually gonna do that. But I really, really wish I was evil. Because, go on.
Oh my God.
I don't give a shit what you've been doing tonight, and you're not in trouble. But I'm doing a very, very serious investigation, and I need compliance the first time. Okay?
It wasn't me,
So
I
listen to
swear.
me.
It wasn't me.
Just shut up.
Okay.
Listen to me. All right? I need to talk to your wife. She's not in trouble either. However, you need to show me to her right away. If you help me, we don't have to talk about how you and I met. But if I have to find her myself, I'm going to tell her exactly why it took me so long to find you, okay? Find her, all right? You understand me?
Yes, of course, of course. Just don't hurt me or her.
Good man, good man. He looks at Icarus. Isn't this man a model citizen? Truly, a true law-abiding man. Proud of him, really. And he seems
No
almost like half
response.
jovial. I'm sure he's gonna keep being a good man, he says as he turns to look at him. He's gonna lead us there in a nice, calm fashion, like he's not in trouble, and take us there, right? Isn't that right?
Of course. Uh, there is a new stain spreading down the front of his pants.
Well,
You scared the fellow, Florence.
that was you. Be quiet. Can't help you on the home front. So let's go.
I can't believe for just this poor man, you rolled a +6. I was gonna roll some sort of resistance, but no, there's no chance. This man was doomed.
I mean, not doomed, but he might have felt like he was doomed.
No, he was doomed. Oh my gosh. So
Should have
he.
Icarus bully him by jamming the back of her halberd in his neck every time he walks too slow.
Oh, he ain't gonna be walking slow. Like he gonna be doing the my pants might be a little full waddle, but he going fast.
All right.
Through some sniveling and perhaps a few tears, he leads you into another section of the city, not too far away, to a very unassuming one-story house. And
And there goes.
he knocks on the door and, honey, I've brought some work colleagues with me, and they've wanted to meet you. As he's like looking at you, like, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me.
Work colleagues?
Florence bucks at him. No, I'm just kidding. Makes
No
him shit
response
his
from
pants.
Ikaros does glance at him when he says work colleagues, but then just shakes her head. She feels that she might need to tone down the intimidation for some of these folks. Like she's like, I almost disabled him. Damn.
After knocking and shouting this, he does open the door and goes in. Come, please come in. My home is yours as long as you need it.
Thank
Florence
you, Master
walks in
Tinpot.
after him. He's not quite so polite. He does take a quick glance around. He just take a gander. He's curious about home decoration and all that.
Ikaros bends
And,
down to fit through the threshold with her armor and then straightens up on the other side. She glances askance with her eyes at Tinpot and says, perhaps you should clean yourself up.
He is already, there's a door to ostensibly another room in this house from the entryway. Or from the kind of a living room / kitchen. And a middle-aged lady opens that door and starts coming out as Mr. Tinpot here hurriedly pushes past her and immediately closes the door with her giving him a scowl. Yes, why have you called? Why are you here? I can assume you don't work with Daryl.
You would be correct, madam.
slams her against the wall.
No, Bendy.
Do
Where's the
calm
Joker?
down.
Do you actually?
No,
No, I
Florence,
did not
calm down,
fucking do
damn.
that.
Yeah,
every
you
All
do.
every person that we meet that's like remotely relevant up against the wall.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Ares.
You don't look like metal workers.
Ikaros closes the door behind her with the wood that she's standing on creaking a little ominously under her weight, and she gestures at Florence. Would you like to lead or should I?
I'll ask a few questions first.
What did
Miss
Flo?
Tinpot,
What
right?
did Daryl do? Yes.
Daryl did nothing. He just was a little piss drunk, but that was how we met. Okay?
That's strange. He doesn't drink.
well,
Anyway.
I can clearly tell. Well, let's just say he gave it his first try. Listen, Miss Tinpot, who do you go to? Who is your apothecary?
Apothecary? You mean my doctor? That would be Dr. Arnott. Strange man.
Arnif.
Good
Well,
doctor.
is he always strange, or has he been strange more lately?
No, he's always been strange. He likes trying new things. Gets
What kind of things?
a bit strangely excited anytime there's a patient, though.
Do you know how many patients of his do you know?
Oh, just one, my neighbor. She goes for the same reason I do.
Yeah? May I know why?
She looks between you
Gosh.
two and you know, just kind of, you best not worry yourself about it. It's lady problems.
Well, Miss Tinpot, when's the last time you've seen the doctor?
Oh, that'd be about, I don't know, a week ago. Who are you people? Why are you asking these questions?
We're with the hunters, and I'm afraid the doctor may be in terrible danger.
Oh, that's terrible. She doesn't sound very, horrified.
Does that sound surprising to you? To hear that he's in danger?
Oh, yes, of course, of course. Yeah.
Hmm.
Madam,
Has he said? Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Icaros pipes up. I need to make sure that you understand the peril of the situation that he and you may be in this instance. We need to know if there is anything that you can recall about Dr. Arnov that may have been out of the ordinary, may have been dangerous, or he may have mentioned the last time that you saw him. No exceptions.
Mm. Would you like some tea as I try to jog my memory?
She inclines her head, if you so wish.
I'll make some nice dandelion tea. And she gets about working. She doesn't speak during the entire time she's making this tea.
She's thinking.
It's a pot boiling. And eventually hands you two both a cup of hot water with some dandelions, dandelion petals soaking in it. Also, cool demands that we drink and stretch
Yay. Shit.
as you sip on your dandelion tea if you so wish.
Icaros mimes taking a drink, but she does not drink from it.
Mm. Mm.
Orange just holds his cup and just sits. He wants to utilize silence. You know.
Mm.
She knows. He's waiting for her to continue her story.
I'm
Don't believe me.
thinking about it. Um, I guess he did seem off for a bit. He said that his family was having some health issues for a while, but the last time I saw him, he seemed very chipper.
Did he mention why? Or did he mention anything that may have been the source?
Didn't think to ask.
Have you ever seen his family?
I have, yeah.
When?
I usually see them every now and then as they move about doing their thing while being seen as a patient.
What sort of relationship do you have with the good doctor?
Yeah, he's
Simply, simply doctor patient? Does he talk to you whenever he's working with you? Did he mention
oh,
anything that might be relevant to perhaps somewhere he would go if he was under duress?
Dr. Arnoff's not a very personable person, but we did have some small talk occasionally, I guess. Quite strange, really. I assumed that most doctors would have, that sense that life is precious and all that, but he was an avid hunter. Not your kind of hunter, mind you. I believe he went after rabbits and the like, judging from, well, he offered me rabbit stew multiple times.
So he was a hunter, perhaps a trapper. Did he ever tell you where he hunted?
I think he mentioned a cabin off to the east, maybe. Maybe it was east. Might have been northeast or north.
East, northeast, or north? Please do your best to jog your memory.
Oh, this was a long time ago. I'm sorry, my
Do you?
memory's not been so good lately.
It's perfectly okay, madam. But he leans down and gently sets her tea on the table and says, "Please do your very best. He may be in quite a bit of danger."
Mm.
And Icaros clears her throat and says, raises a hand and says, "Let me think. A moment's clarity to save or find a friend lost. Perhaps a friend in kind. A chant. She wants to see if she can help jog the woman's memory."
Roll dice.
Yeet. 2.
Alright.
Can I help somehow? What do you mean?
Can you?
I don't. I'm not really familiar on how that works for me. Let me see.
You would have to consider how you'd be able to help. You could invoke an aspect for the Miwi, or you could try and do an action that you think would help.
I am possibly too slow right now to think. That's like.
Pats the Bendy.
Ooh,
Pat, pat, pat. Drink some of your caffeine.
ooh. I already finished it.
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
sure what. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. It kind of had no effect at all.
Usually you want to start drinking that stuff before you start getting tired.
Dang it.
It stops the process rather than reverses it.
Yeah. It delays, doesn't...
Outrageous.
How long do you think you'll be able to go, Bendy?
No, he's so eepy.
Probably not too long. I'm sorry, guys.
It's
I'm really
okay.
sleepy.
We'll see if we can finish this this little section up, alright? I'll try to get
Can
you
we,
out of here in half an hour if that's alright, or if you feel like now is at your limit.
we can go a little longer. This woman better stop forgetting, because she's around so many slammable walls.
Ma'am, I'm going to slam you
Can
against
you
the
remember
wall.
now?
Oh, fine. I
Where's
mean,
Oka?
my husband hasn't
Where
done
is
this to me
Joker?
in years.
Tell me where he is.
So she sits there
Okay.
thinking, I'm pretty sure he said it was to the northeast. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, madam.
You're hunters, don't you have access to, like, your tax records or something?
Oh, well, to be fair, this is our very first mission, and maybe you helped us think about that, yeah? Look at you.
Oh, you're new
You're an honorary hunter.
hunters.
Icarus
He
shakes her
cracks
head.
a grin. It's true. What? We can't hide from it. Listen, Miss Tinpot. We were not exaggerating to you the dire importance of what we're doing tonight. So we appreciate your cooperation despite our rather unorthodox way of meeting you.
Of course, of course. Anything I can do to help the hunters.
Then we
He learned
have.
that word from that book.
Then we have a path. Thank you very much, Miss Timpot. We wish you and your husband a good night.
No, of course, of course. You have a good night as well. Light bless you.
Icarus
Light
moves to the
bless.
door,
He just gets us.
opens it, and then waits for Florence to go through.
She hears crashing and screaming and glass breaking.
Where?
Where is the Joker? Alright. Then he leaves. Okay, no, he just leaves. I'm gonna stop doing that joke eventually, Aries.
It's okay,
promise.
Bendy. Pat, pat. You leave, and then not 30 seconds later, you hear the muffled sounds of, "You out with those fucking hussies again? I swear, one of these days I'm gonna kick you out."
Well, I mean, False catches into the. We didn't tell on him. The man didn't let the smell walk off. Anyway, I'm Bendy.
You're doing a good job, Bendy.
Yeah.
That's the Bendy. Would
He's so
you-
sleepy.
Nope,
Would you like to
that's you
do
too.
the transition to the next scene, or would you like to call it there, Bendy? We
I'm
won't
kinda
go beyond the
sleepy,
next
not really.
scene. Okay. Do we call it there then?
I believe so.
I guess so.
Alright.
A sleepy
I
little
imagine there'll be
nerd.
That's you. Listen, I think there's gonna be content warning next time.
Possibly. We'll see what you
Maybe.
decide to do.
We're gonna beat. I'm gonna beat him to death. Dude. I'm gonna hit him in his face until he stops moving forever. That's my favorite part of fighting. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Pat, pat, pat.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll end a little early today.
Sorry, guys.
You're
That's
okay.
no.
It's
Don't
how
worry,
sleepy
Bendy.
goes.
Next time I'll remind you to drink like 3 monsters before my stream and you'll be good.
Oh.
Probably during your stream, honestly. Remember, they
Yeah,
don't last
perfect.
super long.
I need to get the 0 sugar ones. I prefer those.
Yeah, better for you too.
Nah, all the sugar.
Come on, baby, give me some sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine me in like an Elvis suit or something. Like early Elvis, not late Elvis. You know, I'm Bendy. Alright, guys, I'm gonna hop off the voice chat.
He's
and
so
I'm gonna eat
sleepy.
You're so cute.
Go and
Nice.
eat, Bendy, you sleepy little nerd.
Go eat.
Gosh, pushes over.
I'm gonna
Okay,
save this real quick. Overwrite. I had to write some notes because we weren't ending at where I was expecting to. Oh my gosh. No.
Perhaps next week will be a combat encounter of some sort. That would be interesting.
Depends on what you all decide to do. You could end up accidentally delaying it.
It's true.
Darn it, I don't get to do my cliffhanger this time.
Um,
How dare. Well, Mary, if you wish to hang out for any extra time, you may. If not, feel free to go get your rest. You've already been streaming after all.
is true. I am going to. Well, I was going to type up my notes and whatnot, but
You should be taking your notes outside of the game, too.
I didn't. I was using the little journal thing for immersion.
Okay, fine. I'll open it back up again. Oh my god.
No, it's too late. It's too late, Aries. It's not the same. I'll just put them in the general chat real quick
Okay.
for our little server for it.
Bendy got some world lore. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Thank you to my players, including Bendy, who is not here, but thank you, Miri, for joining for another session of Bump in the Night. Once you are done writing up your notes, I will ask you questions.
And it's a fairly straightforward little note there. I don't need to write too awful much on it.
Okay.
What questions do you have for me?
My questions are, as always, anything you particularly enjoyed, anything you had problems with this session, so that I can try and continue to do the good things or fix the bad things.
I always enjoy the little interpersonal interactions and whatnot that we end up having. You need to make Bendy less sleepy so he can be less of a little sleepy baby. So we can play till like midnight. Yeah.
All right. I will make sure to start giving Bendy crack.
Good. This is exactly what I wanted.
Definitely nothing else.
Yep. And that's it. I'm good. Give Bendy crack.
Maybe sometime when Bendy has more time, we can do longer sessions.
Yeah, I'm mostly just teasing. I know Bendy gets EP. He's doing real good too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When Bendy has more time, we can look into doing an earlier in the day session that lasts longer.
I might run past you a possible TTRPG that I want to run on my stream too. See what you think of it.
Wait, may I ask what system?
I don't know, but right now I am leaning towards maybe Dark Heresy. Warhammer.
Just to warn you, I don't know the lore, so I'm gonna be going in raw.
It's okay. You can just be some idiot peasant from a medieval agro world.
Hello, I wish to be. I wish
What's
to
a
be
spaceship, Precious? What's a spaceship?
I wish to be Sororitas. Thank you.
You got any corn up here? All I know is how to grow corn. I got this pitchfork me pappy gave me.
Actually, speaking of, I'm gonna
He
tell you
said
about a
it was
fun
made
system.
out of auramite. Go ahead.
There's a system that has been made that is D&D 5e, but turned into fantasy-leaning Warhammer 40k that you might be interested in. Like, there are these things called warjacks and warcasters that control them, which can either be like this can be like a suit of armor, or it can be a whole other machine, stuff like that.
Okay.
I can go into more detail later, but I don't want to keep you for like an hour going on this system.
Perfectly fine.
There's also pirates.
Pirates. Put it in the a little Discord thing for it. And
Okay.
we can probably end up chatting about it.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna scurry around. I might pester you later. I might come back on. I'm gonna go give my cat some attention before they start yelling at me, though.
Okay. I'll be around. I'll probably stop streaming early again tonight.
That's nuts. They require love, or they will piss their pants and cry.
Same.
Pet, 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 pet.
Yay! You have
did good.
delayed the bird piss for 30 minutes.
Spritz, spritz, spritz.
Yay! You have delayed the bird piss for 90 minutes.
Nice opinion.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Moira. I am going to be very quickly ending stream and then starting it back up in order to the VOD for tabletop so I don't die. Don't worry about race car. So just stay here for like 3 seconds